Vlogin 13. We're car vlogging on my way home from work on my Friday, most likely your Tuesday. Got the ZTE Axon 7 right here on the dash, shooting this video 1080p front facing cam. Connected to the iAudi Easy One Touch 2 car mount. Hopefully there's not a lot of vibration going on during this video. I got it connected to my car mount there a little bit awkwardly, so it's not clamped onto the power key. So yeah, it's a little off center, so if you hear any vibration, my apologies. Hopefully there's not a lot. I want to talk about battery life. It's an area I have not covered with this device at all since unboxing my son's ZTE Axon 7 and my own right here, the gold variant. His is the silver variant. Both beautiful colors, both beautiful devices, extraordinary devices. I'll tell you, my media consumption with this device is just phenomenal. I've said that over and over, and I keep saying it. Battery life. Now, I really wanted to experience this device first before I brought you that information. Okay, typically I do it the other way around. This time I wanted to use it. It's been way over a week, and great news, man. You're not going to have to worry about battery life with this device at all, unless you're playing some extreme hardcore games and streaming video a lot, and you're not doing anything else but doing that all day long. Okay, like you're just not putting down the device, and that's all you do. You've locked yourself into your house, your home, your apartment, and you're not leaving, and that's all you're doing. Well, yeah, you're going to kill the device. But outside of that, heavy usage for me is getting me 4 to 4.5 hours, and that's watching movies, watching videos, listening to music, doing social media, calls, messaging, and editing videos for the channel. So sometimes I'm actually watching a movie, and in the background I'm editing one of my videos for the channel. So I really abuse my devices, and I could do that all day long depending on what I'm doing throughout the day when I'm taking care of my chores. You know, obviously I have family too, and other things that I do, but in between all that, I really use my devices aggressively. Can I use that word? Aggressively. So I'm getting 4.5 hours with that, with still a lot of battery life left in my devices. Now, you're going to see some screenshots throughout this video, and it's going to give you a little bit of an idea of what I'm getting. And if you look really close at those screenshots, you'll see the screen on time, and then you'll also see up top in the notification area of the screenshot, you'll see how much battery life was still left when that screenshot was taken. So pay attention to that as I'm talking. They'll be posted either here or here somewhere. But I did get over 6 hours a couple times, and that's when I wasn't doing a lot. I was just moderately on my device. That happens every once in a while. I know, I surprise myself, but every once in a while I'll have a moderate day. And those are days that sometimes I just don't do a lot with my device. I don't do a lot with social media. I don't do a lot with the channel because obviously I got responsibilities and other things that I have to do. So I did achieve that, and that's a lot. That's a lot. So all I know is that for me, this device has been very efficient when it comes to battery life. I am very fortunate to live in an area where my devices don't struggle to get connection, whether it's Wi-Fi or 4G LTE. I get great call quality and great messaging. So I don't, my device doesn't struggle, so that's not going to kill battery life there. The honest thing about this device, I don't use any of the battery saving options, the battery saving mode, because when I'm testing battery life, I really want to do it as raw as possible in what I do with my devices. Everybody does their testings with their devices differently. I don't use those options whatsoever. So the odd thing about this device, when it hits under 50%, it actually, instead of draining faster, it actually starts to drain slower. The juice is just sitting there. It's really odd. It's like I can look at it, it can say 45%, and I can look at it another hour later and it's only like 44%, and I'm still thinking, wow, did I accidentally turn on those battery saving modes? And no, I mean, I don't use them. So it's really cool how this device does that. I have not noticed that on any other devices. It's almost like it's regulating itself without even having those options on. And that is super, super cool. And so, yeah, if any of you out there have this device and you notice that, let me know, because, yeah, I totally dig it, man. And again, I'm getting great battery life with this device. Just look at those screenshots throughout this video. Wow. I mean, outside of everything that this device gives me as a user, and I will cover that in my final review, battery life is not an issue. It is not an issue whatsoever. If you have any questions about this device with battery life, let me know down below. I'll answer you the best that I can. As far as my experience with my ZTE Axon 7, 4 to 4.5 on a really heavy day for me. And if I'm going to drag it out and I use it very heavy and it's moderately, I'm going to get a good 5, 6, 6.5, depending on what I do. So, yeah, very, very efficient device when it comes to battery. Now, let me add this little bit, which really has nothing to do with the ZTE Axon 7, about my Sony Xperia XA Ultra, because the only weakness on that device, and it's not a super strong weakness, is the battery life. I mean, that device offers so many wonderful areas. I'm in love with that device. But I noticed that I have to plug it in at least once a day to finish out my day, which is fine. If I had to plug it in twice, I'd be a little concerned. But once to get that extra juice to finish out my day. But here's where I'm going with this. If a device has a lot of great areas on it, and I'm talking about like it's your display, your speaker, you know, the quality of sound that you're getting from your speaker, your quality build, your hardware, your software, even with the Sony Skin over Lollipop, man, it's still a phenomenal, flawless device and performance. If it gives you, and the edge-to-edge display is beautiful, the 1080p display. So anyway, it's got a lot of great areas. So I'm willing to sacrifice that one time that I have to plug it in that little bit of a weakness of an area that it has. Does that make sense? Now, if you have a device that has too many weaknesses and battery life is one of them, then you really need something else. I would say spend your money a little bit wiser than that, but that's just my opinion. Okay, I can't tell you what to do or how to go about how you shop your devices. All I'm saying is there's too many areas that are in the negatives, and one of those is battery, then yeah, it's not worth having. Again, my opinion. But if that's the only weakness and all you're having to do is plug it in one time a day just to get it through the day, and that's my Sony device, then man, it's worth keeping it. I just love that device. It's phenomenal. Too many positives on that device. Now, we are talking about the ZTE Axon 7 here, and I'm reporting battery life. I'm giving you the information. It doesn't have that issue, okay? And it's got a ton of other great areas, and maybe a couple little weaknesses, maybe. And I mean, it's a very small maybe, okay? But I will cover all of that in my full review. This isn't the full review. I'll be coming at you with that information soon. Looking into other devices now as we are talking. I've been doing some homework, been doing some shopping, and mental shopping, I should say. So why don't you drop some feedback down below. I'll get back to you on this video or any other video. If there's something you are needing, I'll try my best to help you. If you have any suggestions for devices that are coming out outside of what we already know with like Nexus devices, the LV20. I mean, there's obviously, you know, the devices we already know about that are going to be hitting the market here in the next month or so, a couple weeks. Is there something down the road even further beyond that that you know about that I may not? So anyway, you can throw all that down below. And again, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of the team. Remember, you are my Project 13. I appreciate your time. Share this video on your social media. And support, donate. Again, I appreciate you all. Have a great day. Peace. This is my Project 13. I'm out.